So we are a little ways down Carrabassett Valley Road this morning. We are headed to the Mount Redington trailhead. The drive down here was a little crazy. A couple washouts on the way. You probably want something with a little more clearance if you're going to drive all the way down to the parking area. Although I did see a Toyota Corolla parked there this morning. I don't know how they made it through all that, but I definitely recommend something with more clearance, like an SUV or a truck. So the goal today is to get to Mount Redington. If you remember, about a year and a half ago we were here. We came in, I think, January or December, and we planned on doing the Crockers and Redington, but the trail had not been broken in, so we ended up breaking in with snowshoes about 7 to 8 miles of trail, and I think I ran into a bit of metabolic fatigue. I ended up being very tired and getting some pretty intense cramps, so we had to turn around before getting Redington. So back here now, and the plan is to get up there today. Pretty cloudy right now, but it is supposed to clear up as the day goes along. So excited to get on the trail, get this one going. So we just got on the start of the trail up to Redington. That one's pretty easy to miss as you're walking down Caribou Pond Road, so just make sure you keep an eye out for where it starts. A bit of a, if I turn the camera quick, it's a little bit grown in areas, as you can see. But from what I read, it's not that hard to follow. So maybe bring some hiking poles or just wear some long socks. But this starts the ascent to Redington here. A little over 4 miles in. It's really just a gradual incline the entire time. It's kind of a nice walk in the woods. It smells like fir trees and pine trees all through here, so spruce and pine. You can see you're kind of covered by them. And the view from way back looked like there's going to be a lot of that going up Redington, so I guess we'll see. So you're going to get about 4.5 miles in, and don't walk past this little pile of rocks right here. This is your turn. You can sort of see where Redington starts going up, the rest of Redington. So we've done a lot of the elevation up to here. It's only like 700 or 800 feet left. It's kind of a really cool and unique trail. I've never hiked through this much fir and spruce trees before. I've heard in the Adirondacks it's similar. I've yet to get out there and do any of those hikes, but I do plan to in the future. But this has been really enjoyable up to this point. You can see it's still cloudy up top, but I'm still holding faith that's going to clear as we get closer to this afternoon. Take a look at how dense the woods are out here. You can't see more than 20 to 30 feet back there. So up at the top of Redington, it's Can't really see anything up here, just lots of what we saw on the way up. Got lots of spruce fir and assortment of different pine trees. There is a cool little cache you can find up at the top if you walk in just a little bit from the true summit. There's just a little pathway you can come in, and there's a book in there you can sign if you want. It's kind of cool. So we were thinking about doing the South Crocker way out, but I think we're just going to go back the same way we came. Just not really feeling the bushwhack today, especially with some of the stuff being overgrown. I prefer just to go back out the same way. So we agreed on that, and gonna make our way back down to the parking lot. It's about 6 miles up to the summit. So total today, I think we're gonna look around 11, 12, or 13 miles. We'll see what the total is at the end. So it's pretty dense through here. You can see why hiking this in the wintertime, and you're up on 4 feet of snow, is pretty brutal. If I flip around here. Sometimes some of these are, you're almost bushwhacking your way through some of these. So I think that would be like one of the dangers here, is just the really dense forest. Like I wouldn't want to walk too far out in the woods here, because I could see finding the trail if you don't have well, you should always have your map and your compass with you, or at least a downloaded map from All Trails or something. But then there's always the risk that your phone could die. But point being, you just wouldn't want to be walking too far off trail here. It's really dense, really overgrown in certain spots. Besides that, though, this is probably one of my more enjoyable ones I've had in a little while, just to stroll through the woods. Trying to clear out on the way back down. On the way up, this was all in the clouds. You couldn't see across the way here. So the mountain forecast said it was going to be fairly clear. It's not always how it works out, especially when you're up here in Carrabassett Valley or in the White Mountains. As long as you have a general idea of what to expect, I guess that's the best way to go. But maybe it will still clear out by the time we get out of here, and the rest of the day will be great for the long drive home. So now you can see Redington. Couldn't see it on the way up. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. We've still got about 2 miles left to get back to the car, but we're back on Caribou Pond Road, and it's not gonna be too much to see. So, as mentioned, I did really enjoy this one. It's not much elevation. Get about 2,000 feet of elevation, but that's spread out over 6 miles going up to Redington. So it really doesn't feel like much. So I would probably say this hike is moderate to easy for one of the longer distances. Well, I guess I can't even really say it's that long. It's about 10 to 11 miles total, I think, is what we're looking at. It's beautiful. All of the spruce and pine, all the fir trees, they're just really pretty. The smell is, very cool. It's kind of like the holidays. Well, it reminded me of that time of year. So this is number 57 for me out of 65 for the New England 67. Sorry, out of 67. So this is number 57 out of 67 for me. My goal is to finish the 67 by the end of this year. We'll see how that goes. In the next couple weeks, we're going to start seeing the ice and the snow coming down at higher elevations. So some of these up this way, if it snows a lot, I might not be able to get them until the spring, but I only have a couple left up here to grab: Sugarloaf and Spalding, and the Bigelows and Saddleback. So those will be coming up soon, and then I have the other 5 left in Vermont: Mansfield, Camel's Hump, and Oh, I think there's an Abraham in there and a couple more. So those will be coming up in the near future. Really appreciate you guys checking in. Had a really good video up at Baxter State Park last week, and there'll be some more good stuff coming up in the near future. So as always, thanks for checking in, and until next time.
To get that recipe.
I don't know if there's so much a recipe. It's like a lot of cabbage, a lot of turmeric.